for WH, anyone is tested on indices, am I right to say that? Standard form, indices, nothing, Don't have all, Denzel. Shouldn't be. That one is too front already, that chapter.
Don't have.
Don't have. Okay, come. So I'll be picking questions for WH3 revision. Okay, volume of two geometrically similar cylinders are this and this. I was just running through with my Sec 4 class yesterday on this chapter, the geometrically similar, and none of them could do it. Why? When I went through this kind of this topic with y'all, I think I did mention to y'all this is a small neglected chapter, but it doesn't mean that it won't come out. For sure, it will come out. Okay, chances are not high, but doesn't mean that we don't need to learn. That's why when we went through in the O-level paper, they forgot about it. All right, so don't forget about this chapter. So only when they tell you that it's geometrically similar, that I can use the L1 over L2 square equals to A1 over A2. Hello, Rian. Okay, then L1 over L2 cube gives me V1 over V2. All right. Rian, WA finish or not? Hi, Michaela. Hi. Hi, Shanice. Okay, so don't need to memorize this formula. Just follow your units. This is cm square. This is cm cube. Okay, can? So they tell me that this geometrically similar volume. So I'm looking at this formula first. Right or not? Okay, so L1 over L2 whole thing cube gives me 243 over 1125. How do I remove the cube? I cube root the other side. Cube and cube root, square and square root. They are good friend, like acid alkaline like that. Okay, this is cube root of 243 over 1125. So L1 over L2 equals to cube root of 243 over 1125, which gives me 3 over 5. So can I ask, is there a way for me to link A1 over A2 to V1 over V2 or not? Is there a way for me to link this up now? No, there is no link between A to V1. V to A also no link. You have to link it through length. That's your only linkage. Okay, that is your only linkage. All right, so if you are given V, you want to find A, you cannot say, oh, I go and cube root it, lor. Cannot. Or I go and square it, lor. Cannot. You must get back to L, then L to A again. Got me? Can? Rian, how come your screen black one? No name, no picture, no nothing. Hang. Okay, so this is your L1 over L2. We can always swap it around. Teacher, what happens if I put the big one over the small one? No problem. Hi, Rian. Your WA finish? No. Okay, revision. No indices, right? Okay, can. I skipped all the indices. Michaela, prelims? In a month, less than a month. Okay, so please follow, okay, Michaela. Okay, so this is 3 over 5. All right, then after that from here, they want the ratio of the small to the big radius, which is, oh, wow, so soon, Michaela. Okay. This is talking about the L1 over L2, which is 3 over 5. Okay, curved surface area of the larger cylinder. If the surface area of the smaller cylinder, it's 729. Now I'm talking about area. All right, so it's 3 over 5 square to give me area. This is the smaller one. It's 729. Smaller area, it's on top over your bigger area, A2. So same thing, you must be very aware. If you're big, it's on top. Make sure your area big, it's on top. So you swap it around yourself. So from here, 9 over 25 equals 729 over A2. Just have to cross multiply. You can solve for your A2 already. Okay, help me find my value of A2 from here. So 9A2 equals to 18225. A2 equals to 2025 units. Please make sure it's tallied. Yeah, Denza, very good. Clear? Can? So not too difficult, this one. Just make sure you understand that there is no linkage between volume to area. Okay? Okay, this algebra, I will skip for now. Revision, nobody is tested on algebra. Hey, please, if you have, let me know, okay? Because I want to cover everybody's revision. No, no, I skip already, Okay, algebra, I won't go through all this. Okay, graph. Is anyone tested on graphs? Completing the square. No, nobody. Okay, but this is important. Michaela, I'm pretty sure completing the square will come out. Okay, so Michaela, this is for you. Completing the square, make sure your x square, it's +1. So in this case, it's a negative. You have to pull out your negative first. Then you complete the square on this. Coordinate geometry. Okay, can. Okay, so in front don't have coordinate geometry. Yeah. So this gives me minus. You can put -1, no problem. First two terms copy down, plus half of the second term, square it, then minus half of the second term, copy. Okay, so this is what you added in. +1 square, minus it away. So you didn't change the question. Now I'm going to combine my first three terms together, which gives me -1, x -1 square, press calculator. Rainbow in the -1 again. That's it. Okay, so when they ask me to sketch, after I complete the square, what is the easiest to find from a completed square equation? Turning point, right? Can everybody send me your coordinates of the maximum point? Come. Correct, Shannon. That's right. Denzer, your first one is correct. Your second one, it's not right. Michaela, Rian, remember how do I take turning point? Flip. Yeah, Denzer, that's right. And take. Okay, flip this, take this. Flip what? Flip the sign. So it's 1,4, like this. Okay, so this is your maximum point. Why is it a maximum point? Because it's a what kind of graph? Negative x squared means what? Negative. When you're feeling negative, you're feeling sad, right? So when you're sad, your mouth will look like this, right? Correct or not? Positive, when you're feeling positive, you're happy, what? So it's a U-shaped graph. Okay, so your turning point, it's 1,4. Roughly, we can plot it out. When I say roughly, right, meaning it need not be proportionate, but as long as you don't put it at the negative side, can already. Okay, you don't put a negative value at the positive side, vice versa. Okay, then what is your y-intercept? What is your y-intercept? I need this few things. Turning point, y-intercept, x-intercept. So y-intercept, you will sub x equals to 0. Okay, so y equals to 0 plus 3. You know you need to cut here at 3. Okay, so roughly you already know it's something like that. This is 4, 1. This is 1, 4, cutting at 3. Okay, now I need the 2x intercept. X intercept always opposite. I sub y equals to 0. Always opposite. Do I need to redo or not? Don't need. X intercept sub y equals to 0. You can sub it inside here. So minus x minus 1 square plus 4 equals to 0. I shift this over. And I cancel it away, right? So x, to remove square, remember? I square root. But when I square root, I must remember the plus minus. Cube root don't need. 5 root don't need. 7 root don't need. All the odd numbers don't need. 2 root, 4 root, 6 root, yes, you need. All the even power roots you must remember. So it's a 2 or x minus 1 equals to minus 2. This is 3 minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. These are your 2 x intercept. Okay, so does my graph make sense or not? Yeah, makes sense, right? As long as 1 negative, 1 positive can already, ma? So here it's minus 1. Here is 3. If you think, hey, a bit not proportional, okay, then you erase and you shift again. Huh? It's okay. Don't need to be go and take graph and plot. No need to measure. Wow, 1 unit must be 1 cm or what. Don't need. As long as it makes sense, can already. Okay, this is just called a sketching. All right, remember flip and take turning point. This one. Shannon, something similar to your exam. QTR and PQT. Okay. Trigo questions. Okay. Find the length of RS. I want this one. All right. This is normal Tuakaso. This is your Sec 2 work. Okay. I'm using 60 degrees. This is my opposite. This is my adjacent. So OA is what? Yes, very good, Rian. Okay, OA, it's twa. If you cannot remember, just write out lah. Twa, ka, so. Like this. So it's tangent 60 equals to opposite over adjacent. Make sure your calculator is in what mode? Every day, I must say, right or not? But if I every day say means what? Very important. 3SF 19, so it's 20. Okay? Don't say teacher naggy. This is very important. All right. Next one, I want the value of sine QTR. Sine it's here. So this is still easy because it's still an acute angle, right? And it's still normal right angle. So it's still Tuakaso. Okay, they never ask you for the value of QTR. They are just asking for sine QTR. So no need calculator to press inverse function. All right. So sine, it's opposite over hypotenuse. This opposite, I don't have leh. Then how? Other than Trigo Tuakaso, what else should I be thinking about for right angle triangle? How do I find QR? I don't have angles. Anyone? How to find QR? Correct. PT is what? Pythagoras theorem, right? So 9 square plus QR square equals QT square. QR square is 144. QR it's 12. So this is 12. And this is my opposite because I'm looking for QTR ma. The one opposite your angle is the opposite length lah. OH, this is my H. So sine QTR, it's 12 over 15. Simplify, divided by 3, I get 4 over 5. That's it. Okay. Now, this is the Sec 3 one. Cosine PQT, I'm talking about obtuse angle, fat angle. How? Can I ever find obtuse angle one? No, because they are not right angle, right? They are not forming a right angle triangle. But you can look for your who? You can look for your friend. Your friend is where? Your friend always must be sticking to you one, right? Go toilet together, go recess together, right? Not girls especially, right? Every day must stick to your best friend, huh? Correct. So your friend every day also sit beside you. Right beside is your friend. Okay, so this is the obtuse one. I can't find. I go and look for my friend. It will be the same value. But for cosine, the obtuse angle will be negative. The acute angle will be positive. Okay, for A-math students, we learn about ASTC. That explains. Second quadrant, it's your sine, right? All right. So now cosine skinny one, this one, cosine, it's this is my opposite now. Why change? Because I'm looking at this angle now, ma. Opposite that angle chosen is your opposite. Then this will be my adjacent now. This is my hypotenuse. So cosine TQR equals to, yeah, Denzel, that's correct. Very good. 12 over 15. Okay, so if I'm talking about, which is divided by 3, 4 over 5. So if I'm talking about cosine, the obtuse friend, which is PQT, it will be with a negative. If it's sine, you and your friend will be the same. If it's sine, you and your friend will be the same. For cosine, remember. For A-math students, you have to remember cosine is always the weird one. It's always the odd one out. We learn about negative angles. It's also cosine that is the weird one out. Odd one out. Okay? And there's a lot more other formulas that is always cosine the odd one out one. Okay, this one. Arc length, arc sector. Radius 18. So this is also 18. I want a parameter of PQRST. Parameter and arc length is a different thing. Parameter includes everything. Arc length is just your pizza crust. I want P and Q value. Okay. Can we find this RQP first? It's a semicircle. So this part is half pi D. Who get this wrong? Go back to primary 6. This one primary 6 learn one, okay? Okay, whatever is inside, don't need to add. And then we need to find the bread crust now, which is my RT. My bread crust is, this is in degree mode. So 50 out of 360 times pi D. D, is it 18? No. If I were to finish drawing my circle, it looks like that. Okay, it's a very ugly circle. But anyway, P is the center point. Okay, so my D, it's 36. Oh, just nice. So that gives me 5 pi. So this is 5 pi. And don't forget, you still have one more length to add, which is 18. So total, 5 pi, 9 pi, 18. Just now, or yesterday, my Sec 4 class tell me, this is 32 pi. I know pi is a constant, but when you do adding, you can think of it like an algebra like that. Pi and constant cannot be added together one. Okay, take note. So this is 14 pi plus 18. Is it in this form? Yeah. So my P is 14, my Q is 18. Okay? Degree, mode, arc length, arc sector, not inside your formula sheet. Radian, yes, it's inside. I want a ratio of the area of sector PRST. PRST, this pizza over here, to the area of the semicircle. They want it in a ratio form. So area, that fraction times your circle, which is pi r square. Although it's not inside your formula sheet, but you don't have to memorize them. Okay, whatever fraction, you times the area of circle times pi r square. Then your semicircle, half pi r square. Can you all help me put it in a ratio form? This is my semicircle. This is my sector. Okay, so take note, they want sector to semicircle. And in Sec 1, we learn about ratio, right? Ratio, rate, speed. Correct or not? And we learn how to deal with fractions and decimals. What is that called? Ratio. So pi and pi I can cancel off. What must I multiply such that the 40.5 will become a integer? I don't want to work with decimals. I times 2 can? Or must I times 10? Whichever number, times 2 also can, times 10 also can, times 5 cannot. Whichever you think that will make this an integer, but at the end of the day, you must know that you need to simplify it down, ma? Correct? So I times 2 can? This is 90. It's to 81, right? Then I simplify it. Divide by 9. 10 is to 9. That's it. Okay? Not so difficult, huh? Radian mode, in fact, it's easier. A lot of students, they are very afraid of radian mode. No, somehow they are just very afraid of radian mode question, but the formula is really much easier leh. Just r theta half r square theta ma, that's all. Speaking from experience, right, Shannon? She just finished her WA. Okay, so you, whether is it in AMath, EMath, you just need to remember your pi radian, how to convert to degree. Pi radian, it's 180. That's the only thing you need to memorize. From there, you can manually go and convert it yourself. Okay? Okay, coordinate geometry, Denzel, take note. Find the equation of the straight line. Straight line. Equation of straight line. Y equals to mx plus c. M gradient, c, y-intercept. Okay, passes through the point. Parallel. In EMath, we only need to know parallel. No need to know perpendicular. AMath, yes, perpendicular. Okay, parallel means what? Yes. I read you. GS, what is she trying to tell us? Rian, what does parallel line means? Denzel, what does parallel line mean? Since your WA is coming up. Parallel line means what? Don't touch. Okay, other than that, what is Shannon trying to tell us when she said GS? Don't touch, yes. Means what? G means gradient. What about gradients of parallel lines? Okay, every time you see parallel, it means gradient same. Because they are sloping in the same way. They are sloping at the same steepness. Okay, remember, every time you see parallel, they are just trying to tell you gradient same. Okay, it passes through this point. So when I sub in x, the y will tally lah. All right, and parallel to the line of this one. Okay, can you all help me find out what is the gradient of this line first? Come, everybody send me first. What is the gradient of my circled equation? Denzel, Shannon, good. Rianne, Michaela? What is my m in this case? Y equals to mx plus c. In fact, I don't have to manipulate anything, right? Because the y, it's a 1y. Very good, Rianne. Michaela, what about you? The y is a 1y. So make sure, if let's say I have something like that, your gradient is not negative half, huh? Take note, huh? It is positive half because your main aim is just to make sure that your y is 1y and nothing else, not even a negative y. Okay, so your gradient is half, meaning this equation here that you are going to form has the same gradient. Y equals to half x plus c. But for parallel line, do they need to have the same y-intercept or not? Definitely not. If we are talking about the same intercept, it's the same line already. Okay, so how do I find this c? They tell me this point touches. It passes through this point. Meaning what? I sub it in. Okay, give me the equation for, or rather, give me the value of c for this, can already. Shannon, that's right. So I sub it in, I get minus 2 equals to 3 over 2 plus c. Denzel, check again. So minus 2 minus 3 over 2 equals to c. It should be c equals to minus 7 over 2. Okay, or minus 3.5 also can. Don't just, okay, done. They never ask for the y-intercept. They ask for the equation, right or not? So I have to put it back. Y equals to half x minus 7 over 2. All right, that's it. Can I put it in fractions? Can, no problem. Or if you want, you can times 2 throughout. Like that, also can. But my suggestion is don't do that. Just in case you convert wrongly, then penalize you. Okay, so just leave it in fractions. That is perfectly fine. Okay. Okay, next one. Let me make this smaller first. Find the distance between the 2 points P and Q is this. Find the possible values of Q. Okay. Length formula, remember or not? It's not inside your formula sheet. Okay, this one must memorize. Whether is it E-math, A-math, you have to memorize your length formula. X1 minus X2 square plus Y1 minus Y2 square. Okay, for those of you who are always confused, where is plus, where is minus? Tell yourself, this is what I do when I was studying. Tell yourself in between here, it must be a plus. Why? What is this? Shannon, what is this? What I help myself to memorize is that I told myself the X and the Y, it's interchangeable. Oh, like that. I thought you're showing me 321 or something, 312 or some special number for me to buy 4D. Okay, so it's interchangeable. And why is it interchangeable? How is it interchangeable? It must be a plus what? If it's a minus, then it's not interchangeable already. So that's what I told myself. Okay, and I told myself that the sign inside and outside the bracket will be different. Okay, so just find some story to help yourself to remember. I understand that there is a lot of things to memorize and you have 8 different subjects or some of your 9 different subjects, right? A lot of things to cram. So you have to find some ways to help yourself with it. Unless you have photographic memory, yeah. I also don't have. So I came up with all kind of weird analogies to help myself remember things one. Okay? All right, so this is your x1, y1, x2, y2. Take a look at where the comma is. Be careful. Okay, now I'm going to form equations. So x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. And the length is this. I can drop both sides of the square roots. Okay, so 1 minus 1 plus k. This is just k square plus, remember, whoever put the square in like that, please give your head a knock. Okay, by now, if my Sec 2s are doing this mistake, I'm still okay because they just learn special identity, but you all are Sec 3 already. Sec 3, Sec 4, no mistake, no this kind of mistake for my upper set. Okay, so open up. A square minus 2ab plus b square is this. Combine, you see a quadratic, right? Okay, all is divisible by 5. Let's simplify it first before I do my box. So it's k plus 2. You are doing a different method. Just stick to your own box method, okay? K is equals to -2. K is equals to 1. So they want what? The 2 possible values. You see the keyword? Values. Okay? So I got 2 answers, right? So it's -2 and 1. All right, for coordinate geometry, please go and memorize all the formulas. Length formula, parallel gradient same, gradient formula, gradient there is 3 ways to find. Okay, by equation, by plotting of graph, rise over run, by 2 coordinates, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. These are the 3 ways. All right. Last one. Given that the line ax plus by plus 3b equals to 0 passes through a point of this, I want to find the gradient. Okay. What can I do? I got a and b unknown, you know. How? Do I need to form simultaneous? Because I got 2 unknowns in here. What should I do? What do y'all think? Any suggestions or not? No? Okay, let's try and work things out first. So I know that they tell me it's a straight line. I know general equation, it's y equals to mx plus c. Right or not? Let's, yep, okay. Denzel suggested sub in. I think that's a good one also. Okay, so maybe we go and manipulate this equation such that it's, in the form y equals to mx plus c first. Can I erase the length? I need some space here. I erase, Okay, so we have by equals to minus ax minus 3b. So I want to let my y stand alone, right? So y equals to minus a over bx minus 3b over b. I divide everyone by b. So I get minus a over bx minus 3. And from here, can I see what's my gradient already? This is my gradient. This is my y-intercept. Can y'all see that? So this is my gradient already. Okay, so as long as I tell myself, okay, if I can find minus a over b, or rather a over b, that's my gradient. Okay, but I still got these two unknowns, and they don't have a gradient for me to equate to. So this is no equation form. Correct or not? Makes sense or not? So no equation form from here. Okay, then just now Denzel suggested, since they tell you it passes through, the only thing that we can do is sub it in, right? Okay, let's try. Ax plus by plus 3b equals to 0. I'll sub this in first. So I simplify. Okay, this is my equation 1 form. From here, I don't have a second equation already. How do I get to a over b? One minute, everybody try. Okay, I want the gradient. I want negative a over b. From here, just one equation. This is a Sec 1 topic actually. Okay, 1 minute or 2 minutes. Give me 1 minute, I go toilet. Hey, no answer. It's a one-step thing only leh. Okay, I shift first, okay? I shift A aside, B aside first. This one, I bring it over. It becomes positive, right? So 3A equals to 2B. Okay? So this is 3 times A equals 2 times B. So I want A over B, ma. You see, then I over B over B. What I do to the left, I must do to the right, what? Correct or not? Cancel. I'm very close already. You see, I got 3A over B already. I just don't want the 3 there. Then I times 3 here. I times 3 here. Sorry, I divide by 3 here. I divide by 3 on the right-hand side also. This is gone. I'm left with 2 over 3 on the right. So meaning, can you see my A over B is out? It's 2 over 3. But my gradient is negative 2 over 3. So my gradient is, my answer is negative 2 over 3. That's it. Individually, if you ask me, hey, so what's A and what's B? We wouldn't know lah. Right? Can? So we try one more again. 7x equals to 15y. Can y'all help me find x over y? Send it to me. I want x over y. Denser, close. Flip it around. Okay. Why flip it around? You see, this is over y, right? So this is gone. Correct? Yep, Shannon, yours is correct. Over 7, this is gone. Casey? So x over y, it's 15 over 7. Okay? Know how to do the manipulation already? Then if they ask you what is 2x over 3y? I times 2 over 3, right? 15 over 7 times 2 over 3. Like that. Clear? Okay, this one. 3D diagram, Length of AC. This is a cube. Cube, it's all three sides are the same, right? So AC, it's here. Let me use red easier. Okay. So this one, if you are looking at the top view, this is just a square, right now. With here 12, 12, I want AC. So it's 12 square plus 12 square equals AC square. 144 plus 144 equals AC square. So AC equals to root 288. So I get 16.97056, 17.0. Okay, I want CM now. Okay, CM how? It's the midpoint. M is the midpoint of AE. Anyone can help me with CM? Which triangle should I form now? Anyone? Which triangle? Correct. Shannon suggested ACM. Yeah. Can y'all see? Because y'all just found AC, what, right? So if I got this one, then I draw a line out. So if you are looking at the, yes, correct, AM it's 6. If you are looking at it as a 2D format, it's like this. This it's 6. This it's AC, it's 16. Don't take the rounded off. Then can I find my MC already or not? I can already, ma. Right now, Pythagoras, can everybody send me your CM rounded off to 3SF? Pythagoras, send me CM. Very good, Shannon. That's right. Good, Denzel. Very good. 6 square plus 16.9. 7056 square equals to MC square. MC should be 18. Okay. Then I want CMG. Oh, okay. Is CMG a right angle triangle or not? No, right? So we can draw this out like this. Okay. CG down, but this GM, it's tilted up already. It's not flat on the ground, you see. So if I'm talking about, let's say, for example, CGE, for example, If I'm saying CGE or CGH, G to H, E, F, all these are flat on the ground. Can you see that? Then it would be a right angle triangle. But if I'm talking about CGM, from G to M, it's a elevation. So this is not a right angle triangle anymore. Okay, so if I were to draw this out, C to G is a straight line, like this, and like that. C, G, M. All right, CM I've already found it's 18. CG we have it's 12. MG do we have? Don't have. I want CMG here. How like?
Isn't MG also 18?
Correct. Very good. MG it's also 18. That's right. Then how?
Cosine rule.
Yeah, correct. Cosine rule. But this is the slightly tougher cosine rule because your angle is stuck inside your equation one, right? Not. So formula, it's given by a square equals b square plus c square minus 2bc cos a. I'm sure you all know how to apply this already, right? Okay, so a square equals to all right. So remember I told you all before, bring over first. Oh, okay. I have a question. Why is MG also equals to 18? They didn't say it's an isosceles. Why? Because M is the midpoint, right? Correct or not? So you see, here it's 6, here it's 6. So just now, how do we find CM? We took AC, AM. This was the triangle that helped us find CM, right? This was 18, right? So now if I were to draw the bottom triangle, okay, can you see that it will look like that now? This is my M, 6. This is my E. This is my G. E to G, is it the same as A to C or not? I erase this, show you. Correct or not? Your A to C is the same as your G to E, just that one is on top, one is below. But it's both the same line, cutting the is that a square or not? Yeah, correct, cube. So it's cutting the square, correct? So your GE length is the same. Your GE length is the same as your AC length, which is 16.97056. So naturally, your MG using the same Pythagoras, it will be 18, ma? Correct or not? Okay? Then after that, from here, 144, minus 18 square minus 18 square. That gives me negative 504, which is negative 648 cos theta. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode. This is cos theta equals 7/9. Cos inverse 7/9. So theta equals to 38.94244 degree rounded off to 1 dp. 38.9. That's all. Okay, can understand why mg is equals to 18 already or not? Basically, it's a identical triangle lah. Just that one it's facing like that, one it's facing like that, but the values are the same. Okay, speed time graph. My ACS boys, they were tested on speed time graph. Distance time graph came out for them, for their school. Okay. Okay, very common question. They will always ask what? Speed time graph to distance time graph, how to draw. Correct or not? That time I went through the summary, I hope you all remember. Okay, can we discuss this one more time? Gradient of speed time graph represents? Gradient of speed time graph represents what? Come, everyone send me. Gradient of speed time, very good, Denzel. Okay, gradient of speed time graph represent acceleration, constant speed, deceleration. Okay, acceleration, constant speed, deceleration. All right. Area under the curve represents distance. By now, it should be all here already. Okay. Area under the curve represents distance. What are some of the common kind of questions that they can come out with? Average speed. Total distance divided by total time. That is one. Okay. Even if you're not moving, you have to calculate in. All right. So that's one, average speed. Another kind of common question for speed time graph will be to find the speed at random timing. They for sure won't ask you, oh, hey, find speed when time t. Like that, don't need to be secondary 3 to know how to do this, right? Just read off only 20 lah. Right or not? My sec ones can do that. But they will ask, find the speed when time equals 3. Everybody send me what concept to use. Find the speed when time equals to 3. I went through this a lot of time. Yeah, Shannon, that's right. Good, Denzel, that's right. Rien, Michaela? Rien very cute. And then every time I ask her question, she don't know, she start to scratch her head. Why? The scratch already, the answer will come out from the head. Yeah. 我这个讲很多次了 Michaela. Similar triangle, right not? Okay, any random timings, always use similar triangle to find. Then this is 1, this is your big one. 看不到, draw it out. Like this. This is 10. This is 20. Right not? Then from here to here, this is 3. Correct? Or you can look at it as a lying down similar. Here 3. Like that. Here 20. Correct not? Here 10. I want to find what? Find what? Find this one. Right not? Also can. Okay, so small over big equals small over big. Correct? So 3 over 10 equals don't know over 20. Cross multiply solve. That will be the height already, ma? Correct? That will be the corresponding speed. Always remember, use similar triangle. All right? Okay, acceleration in the first 6 seconds. So 6 seconds, do I need to go and find the speed or not? No need. Because acceleration is talking about gradient. Gradient, isn't it the same here, 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 anywhere along the same slope? It will be the same gradient. 对不对? So don't need to go and find speed. It's only 1 mark. Just find the gradient. Don't find the gradient of this can already. Okay? So rise over run, it's 20 over 10, which is 2 meter per second square. That's your formula for acceleration. Distance traveled in the first 25 seconds. Oh, okay. How to do this? So your first 25 seconds, 10 to 30 it's here, meaning 25 it's here, right? Correct or not? We can see this as a trapezium. Forget trapezium formula. Area of rectangle and triangle also can. But how can you forget trapezium formula? Right or not? Half times sum of parallel times height. This one is sec 1. Right? Sec 1. Yeah. Parallel is here, 15. And here, 25. Okay, this is 15. This is 25. So it's half times 15 plus 25 times height, 20. 40, 400. 对不对? Am I right? Yeah, 400. Average speed. You see? Total distance divided by total time. Okay? So I know I already saw the next question is this. So I don't want to find I want to find it part by part. Because I know I need it later on. Okay, so this first part first. Half times 10 times 20. This is 100. This is 20 by 20, 400. 对吗? This is half by 20 times 20, 200. Okay, total distance 700 over total time 50. Make sure your units, you know what you are doing. Is it the correct units? Okay, so this is 14. Distance is in meters. Time is in second. So it's 14 meter per second. Okay. Now convert. I already saw the part C, right? That's why I do it part by part. So I don't need to refine the individual distance. All right. So the first part, it's up to 100 from 0 to 10 seconds. It's an accelerating 1, 2, 3, 4, which is accelerating on my distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Send it to me. Which one? This one also I expect everybody to know. I already went through a lot of time. Which is your accelerating graph? Good, Denzel. Or 5, like that. So my question was, this part here, it's an acceleration, right? I want to convert it to distance time graph. Which one should it be? Shannon, yes, good. Michaela, Rian. Rian, good. Michaela, left you. It should be what? The first one, okay? This is a decelerating. Please memorize it. Okay? This one means constant, this one means constant speed. Okay? So this few only, for this part, this one, if it's like that, makes sense what, right? Means your distance, it's not increasing. Meaning what? You are not moving. Okay? Sometimes go and make some sense into all these graphs. What does it mean when your distance is not moving? It's not increasing, it's not decreasing, meaning you are stationary lah. Okay? Okay, so from here to here, this is a acceleration. And then my next part of area is 400. Then it's from 10 to 30. 10 to 30. Like that, 400. It's a constant speed, right? So constant speed up. Is this graph correct? Correct, send me yes. Not correct, send me no. And tell me what is wrong. Don't think that I ask like that means wrong. It can be correct one. So if you think, yeah, this is correct, just send me a Y. If you think that it's not correct, send me no and tell me why is it wrong. Correct or not correct? Okay, I got a no. For those who are sending me no, you have to tell me what is wrong. So I'm drawing this portion here. I'm drawing this part here. Like that means constant speed, right? My speed stays correct. Shannon say correct, Denzel say not correct. So I draw it as an upward graph. So correct or not? Very good, Denzel. The distance. Everybody look at the distance. The graph is correct. But what about the distance? Like that, you only travel 300 in the second part, no? Which is not correct. The distance need to add. Very good. Okay, so I need to slope this until 500. Remember, distance is accumulative. You cannot work backwards. Okay, you already traveled the first 100. Traveled 了就是 traveled 了. You cannot say, oh, I delete the first 100, I never travel. Cannot, ma. So you need to add another 400, which gives me 500, like that. Then the last one, another 200. Not drop down to 200, no. So it's all the way to 700 already. Okay? And this is a decelerating graph. It will go the other way like that. Okay? So all this, you can erase it away after. Can? Very common lah. Okay, come on, this one. Another coordinate geometry, we have PQ as a straight line. Okay, X coordinates of P and Q are given. OP, it's 15 units. All right, and OQ, it's square root 45 units. I want to find the coordinates of P and of Q. Very simple. I'm just going to help you with part one of it. You are going to form the other one for me, okay? This is minus 9 comma Y. This one I will call it 6 comma Y lah. This is my origin 0 comma 0. The length of OP, it's 15. This is root 45. Okay, using length formula, right? So I will do the OP one. OP x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. This gives me 15. Remove square root, I square the other side. Remove square, I square root the other side, right? So this gives me 81 plus y square equals 15 square. Okay, when you square root, there is a plus minus. In this case, do I reject the negative? It's not all the time you reject the negative. So you see carefully, your y, it's on the positive side. That's why I reject the negative. But if my coordinate is here, then I will reject the positive in this case. Okay, it's not to scale, but remember just now I mentioned it will be in the correct position one. Okay, so in this case, we'll reject the negative, but you have to look carefully, okay? So my P will be, they want it in a coordinates form, minus 9 comma 12. All right, can everyone do the other side? It's the same thing, but I want the Q now. Send me your value of Q coordinate. Form your length formula, x1 minus x2 square equals to, plus y1 minus y2 square. No, cannot. X1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. This is actually easier, no? I just remove the square root on both sides, ma. So 36 plus y square equals to 45, y square equals to 9, y equals to 3, or y equals to minus 3, ma. 对不对? Then you look at your y, do we reject the negative or positive? Again, it's at the positive side, right? So we reject the negative. It's not because it's negative, that's why I just reject. Okay, you have to look at the positioning. So this one will be Q 6, 3. That's it. Understand? Don't scare me, Nobody send me anything, you know. Okay, length formula, please memorize it. It's one of the essential things that you need for coordinate geometry. Coordinates of the point where the line PQ meets the y-axis. They are looking for your y-intercept. How to find y-intercept? I need equation first, right? Okay, so I've already found my y-coordinates for this. Is anyone facing difficulties in coordinate geometry? Who feels that, wow, graph question, coordinate geometry is very difficult? Come, let's be honest about it. It's okay. No, all you all like coordinate geometry. Really? Okay, that's good. That's good. Feedbacks is that a lot of students don't really like graphs question. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this one is minus 9, 12. This one is 6, 3, right? So when I form equation, what is the first thing that we need? What is the first thing that we need? Gradient, right? Can everyone help me find gradient of PQ first? Come, send me. 1 minute, Okay, I set timer. I never set timer, you all never do. Okay, 1 minute, send me gradient of PQ. Very good, Shannon. Well done. The rest, 7 more seconds. Very good, Rian. Well done. Okay, time's up. Okay, my gradient should be -3/5. So y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. This is 9 over -15. It's -3/5. So y equals to mx plus c. Remember how to find c? I just have to sub in either one of the coordinate. As long as it passes through your graph, you can sub it in. Correct or not? Remember? Any one as long as it passes through. Right? So if you feel that I don't really like to work with negative numbers, it's okay. Then we choose the 6,3. Okay? So y is 3 equals to -3/5 x plus c, -18/5 plus c. C is 3 plus 18/5 equals to c. Okay, so this is 33/5. Right? And c represents your y-intercept, isn't it? So this will be 33/5. Okay, we can leave it as this, as long as it's in the simplest form, that is okay. We can also put it in improper fraction, a proper fraction, a mixed number, sorry, 6 whole 3/5. That is also okay. Can? Okay, last one, POQ. I want to find the area of this triangle. How? For A-math students, we can work with shoelace method. Correct or not? Okay, but for E-math, Shannon, remember, if you use shoelace method in this, no marks will be awarded. Cannot. Okay, so area of triangle, this is definitely a non-right angle triangle. We cannot work with, I mean, we can work with half AB. No, why it's half? We can work with half AB sine C, but that one will require a degree from there, right? Angle. For sure, we won't be able to find an angle, and I'm sure y'all don't want to use sine rule for that. Okay, so half AB sine C should be out for this, meaning I'm left with half times base times height. Correct? So for non-right angle, if let's say I'm using this as my base, where is my height? It's my perpendicular height here, right? And I wouldn't be able to find that, so that's out. If I'm using this as my base, this is my height. That's out either. If I'm using this as my base, this will be my height. This is out either. Then how? I've already tried all options. Any suggestions? Then how? Denzer? Any idea? Rian? I've tried all options. No right angle, the only option is half AB sine C. We can work with half times base times height, but I've tried all bases and it doesn't work. Shannon? Michaela?
You find the whole thing minus the two triangles.
Right, very good. So the dotted line sort of helped us a little, right? I can find the entire trapezium. Can you see that? I have a parallel line P to here. Oops. Can you see my trapezium here? This is my straight line, isn't it? So by them drawing the parallel lines, it kind of helped me see that it is a lying down trapezium. Okay, then after that, I minus away this triangle and this triangle. Can see? Okay, so can you all step by step come? Send me the area of trapezium first. Do we have the sum of parallel sides or not? Do we have the height or not? Take note of your parallel sides. Just send me your area of trapezium will do, okay? If you are confused, then go and plot out all your X and Y points of your P, Q. Yeah, P and Q. Correct, Shannon, that's right. So your this height over here, it's up to 12, right? That's your Y value for your P. So this is 12 units. This is 3 units. For your height at the base, from -9 to 6, that's a total of 15 units. Right? 9 units on the left, 6 units on the right. So it will be half times sum of parallel, which is 12 plus 3. Then you times your height, which is 15. That should give me 112.5 units square. So this is your entire area of trapezium. Okay, now you need to minus away this triangle. This is easy. Half, it's a right angle triangle. So it's half base height, which is 54. This triangle, same thing, half base height, which gives me 9. Okay, so your total area minus away your 2 triangle, which is 112.5 minus 54 minus 9. That will give me 49.5. Remember, for coordinate geometry, no cm, no meter, no km. It's all in units, unit square for area. Is that clear? Ken? Okay, so coordinate geometry for EMAF, a few things you need to memorize. Length formula, that's very important. Gradient, the 3 different methods to find gradient. I think I sent you all the video before, right? Coordinate, no, if you are given 2 coordinates, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. If you are given the equation, make y the subject, y equals to mx plus c, m represents your gradient. If you are plotting the graph, rise over run. Only this 3 method. Next year also same thing. Okay, but for AMAF, you are going to learn another method to finding gradients. Okay, but EMAF, that's all. Okay, parallel lines, gradient are the same. For gradient, upward sloping, think of it like a mountain. When you're climbing up the mountain, it's positive. Climbing down the mountain, it's negative. Okay, gradient basically talks about the steepness of the slope. So if we have this kind of horizontal ground, walking this, there is no gradient. Gradient equals to 0. But if you have a vertical graph like this, walking up the graph, it's impossible. So gradient, it's undefined. Okay, this is for straight line graph. For quadratic graphs, we need to draw tangent line. Same thing, then rise over run. Okay, there is no way to finding gradient for curved graph for EMAF. Okay, so these are the few things to know. Any other thing? Yeah, gradient, length formula, midpoint don't need, shoelace don't need. Yeah, that's it for EMAF. Is that clear? Okay. And okay, then if you are looking for y-intercept, if you have the equation already, that's your C value, or we can just sub x equals to 0. It's always opposite. Whether is it quadratic, cubic graph, any polynomial graph even. Okay, straight line graph, quadratic graph, cubic graph, exponential graph, reciprocal graph, whatever it is. As long as you're looking for y-intercept, you sub x equals to 0. Finding x-intercept, you sub y equals to 0. It's always opposite. All right? Ken? Okay, forming equations, that's another thing that we must know. First thing first, it's always to find your gradient. Without gradient, you cannot do anything. Okay, find your gradient. Then y equals to m, that's your value of your gradient, plus c. To find your c, remember, sub in any point, as long as it passes through that line that you are forming. Okay, sub in any points as long as it passes through that line that you are forming. Of course, if I'm looking at PQ to find that y-intercept, I cannot go and sub in a random point here. Cannot. Okay, can? Yeah, so that's all for EMAF coordinate. All right. Okay, coordinate geometry, not too difficult one. Then for units, remember it's in units, never cm meters one. Okay. Any questions from y'all? For all the questions that we did, trigo, what else? This kind, speed time graph. I realized that speed time graph usually comes out rather than distance time, but my ACS boy, they came out with a distance time graph question. All right. Distance time gradient is speed law. Okay. Any questions from y'all today? No? All right. For those who are done with your WA3, Shannon, focus on your AMAF revision. So it's okay. I know you didn't really have much confidence in your EMAF. All right, but it's all right. We still have EOYs to work towards too. Okay, and also AMAF as well. So now you know, practice harder. All right. So one thing to take away from her, not just knowing the formulas or thinking that, okay, I know how to apply, I know how it works. All right, you need to be exposed to many different kind of questions. Okay, so for Michaela, your prelims is next week. Let me know if you need any extra practice papers. Denzel and Rian, you have yet to finish your WA. So please focus on those topics for now. For EOI, we'll be doing a full revision. Okay, let me know your EOIs if you are tested on Sec 1, Sec 2 chapters. Okay, if it's not, then perfect. Ken? No questions? Then that's all from me today. Thank you so much. Have a good rest, and I'll see y'all next Tuesday, same time. Okay? Thank you, Shannon, Denzel, Michaela, and Rian. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye.